Lions outside City Hall in Norwich were covered up at the weekend to raise awareness of the species' decline. There are currently only 20,000 lions left in the world. That's compared to 200,000 only 50 years ago. The charity Lion Aid are taking their campaign across the whole of the UK. Bomb disposal experts were called out today after a grenade was found in a litter bin. It happened in Linton in Cambridgeshire and was discovered by a village custodian during a regular litter pick. It's thought to have been a smoke grenade. It was taken away by army experts for disposal.
Now then, if you caught the national news over the weekend, you can't have missed the spectacular sight of thousands of bikers riding through the Wiltshire town of Wootton Bassett in honour of troops killed in Afghanistan, as well as raising thousands for the charity Afghan Heroes.
Yeah, but did you know that the inspiration behind it all was a teenager from right here in our region? 18-year-old Elizabeth Stevens, who's a student in Dunstable, had a simple idea, but it escalated beyond her wildest dreams. Kate Prout's been to meet her.
As so often happens nowadays, you start planning an event on Facebook and it grows and grows and grows, and before you know it, you've got 15,000 bikers congregating on Wootton Bassett in Wiltshire. That's exactly what happened yesterday. Now, before we talk to the organiser, Lizzie Stevens, let's take a look at some of those pictures from yesterday. Now, batches of 500 bikers would leave this airfield in Wiltshire and parade through the Wootton Bassett, watched by hundreds and hundreds of local people, as you should be able to see from these pictures. Well, Lizzie joins us now, freshly back from Wiltshire. Thank you very much for coming down. Did you expect it to be quite this huge?
I didn't know. I invited 15 people from Facebook. Expected about 200 maximum, so it's a big turnout.
And you got about 15,000, didn't you?
About 15,000, yeah.
So why did you think that bikers would want to get involved in something like Afghan Heroes, and why did you think this was a good idea?
Well, I think bikers wanted to get involved because they're very charitable people. The cause of it, Afghan Heroes, set up by a group of mothers whose sons died in Afghanistan, and they're very supportive.
What was the day like for you?
Outstanding. The view, the amount of bikers that showed their support is great. So a £5 contribution for wristbands, and...
How much do you think you've raised?
Over £100,000.
That's extraordinary, it really is. Well done, and thank you very much again for talking to us. Now, all the money is going towards Afghan Heroes, which will be spent on the troops already in Afghanistan and the families of those who died out there. Now, so often in Wootton Bassett we see pictures of silent processions, but yesterday was a noisy but very welcome change.
It really was. 100 grand. That's amazing, Elizabeth. Well done.
The best ideas are often the simple ones.
They are, aren't they? Now, it's pretty obvious that to be a great guitarist, you need fast and well-trained fingers. And there's one musician from Essex who appreciates his more than most.
And a bit of talent as well.
Yeah.
Now, Phil Blake from Southend had to have hours of microsurgery on his hand after a robber attacked him with a machete 2 years ago. But as Tom Barton now reports, that wasn't the end of his musical career.
Last month, Southend band Redtrack have won a national competition, appeared in the soap Hollyoaks and been signed to a record label. All of which is especially remarkable when you learn that bassist 21-year-old Phil Blake had his hand almost severed in a violent mugging near his home 2 years ago.
Yes, I was just on my way to a party and there was just a group of guys approached me from behind. One of them asked me for the time and I got my mobile out and told him it was 8 o'clock. And then he pulled out the meat cleaver and was just like, give me your phone, and I sort of was like, nah.
The muggers hacked at Phil's arm with a meat cleaver. He was so seriously injured, doctors told him he was looking at the end of his musical ambitions.
They wouldn't let me actually look at it when it happened. It wasn't until they showed me the photos after that I sort of got a glimpse of it, and it was just sort of a pretty hefty gash. It was a lot. It was just like a real big slice of my arm. And yeah, so that didn't look too good.
What did the doctors tell you about what damage had been caused?
Oh, they just sort of, they were like, you won't be able to do anything sort of delicate with your fingers, and there'll be sort of a loss of feeling in half of it for a while.
Delicate control and feeling in your fingers are, of course, really important when you're the bassist in an ambitious rock group. And thanks to pioneering treatment by surgeons at Broomfield Hospital in Chelmsford, he's been able to help the band begin to achieve their dreams.
We just stuck by him, and then within a couple of months he came back, and we taped his fingers up with like a credit card to like record the next couple of songs. So he was he could get some leverage on the fingers and stuff. But yeah, he's done really well. I mean, he had the physio for ages and went to that week in, week out, and it's been a struggle. But I mean, it's just one of them things you've got to overcome, I guess.
We start wandering off.
Redtrack continue to play gigs around the country and are due to release their first album later this year, the result of hard work by Phil and the band and, of course, the pioneering efforts of surgeons. Tom Bars and Anglia News, Southend.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
They're cool, aren't they?
Well, let's stay with that musical theme, shall we? It's been a busy few days for the record producer Pete Waterman.
Yeah, on Thursday, you'll remember, he was opening a new railway crossing in Sheringham in North Norfolk.
How do I begin to imagine?
And the following night, he was rolling out the number he hopes will bring Eurovision song glory for the United Kingdom.
Yep, singing That Sounds Good to Me will be 19-year-old Basildon boy Josh DeBovey. The question is, will it sound good to the judges in May, though, when Josh will head to Oslo? If you haven't heard it yet, here's a bit of a taster.
So I wonder who can I turn to? Who can make these wishes and dreams come true?
Yeah, you think of that, then? Your kind of thing, isn't it? You're a bit of you're a Eurovision lover, aren't you, really? That's definitely your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I love Eurovision. I have a Eurovision party most years.
Do you? But the trouble is, 1997, that's the last time we won, though, you see.
But it's all political, isn't it? Let's face it, it's got nothing to do with the song.
But he's got a good voice. We had heard
amazing
of it.
voice,
Good
yeah.
voice,
Good luck. Now it's nearly time for us to say goodbye. Following us, of course, is the national news, and here's Alistair.
In a few minutes' time now. What was it I felt over the weekend? I can't really describe it.
Sort of sunshine?
That's what it
spring.
felt. That must have been it. Yes, it's extraordinary. It's been so
lovely,
long, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It was delightful. Beginning to feel a bit like spring, like, isn't it? Let's. I think we're going to get a fairly warm week as well, aren't we? Let's find out from Rachel now. Monday, she's always the same. She just looks through the week just to Wednesday when she knows it's her day off. It's a bit of sun and she's happy, isn't it?
It's warm this week. Maybe the daffodils will start coming out. It's good news.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.